So, hey guys, my name is Selena, and if you don't know, I am a self-published author who is a diehard Reylo. I've been a diehard Reylo since I was 17 and almost 18. I've been a hardcore Reylo for 6 years, and I've been into um, Reylo fanfics, both writing and reading them since 2020. And um, if you haven't been following my journey on here, um, I have turned 3 fanfics so far out of from AO3 to published original novels, and I got into screenwriting, and I decided to, as my first screenplay ever, turn my real fanfic novel called X Wedding Planner into a screenplay, and then start pitching to producers, getting a film company on board. I got a film company on board last month when I met them, and they just told me that we need a producer so that we can move forward with next steps and stuff. So I've been pitching. I was already pitching to producers like way before I met them, but I just happened to find them as I was searching for producers, and they said that once I get a producer on board, they're willing to help me with my movie. So I was like, okay, great. So I kept pitching, as I was already doing. And I got to announce last week that I got a message saying from a producer who read an ad that I posted and reached out to me wanting to read my stuff so that they can see if they'd be interested in, being a part of the project. That they were already they had read the script and they're interested. So I got to announce that, and I'm very excited to, be able to share those news with you. And I even got to tell you that I'm going to be in the movie. Well, my voice will be in the movie. I'm voicing 2 characters, actually. One with my normal voice that I'm actually speaking with right now. And I kind of want to do a little snippet of the other voice I'm doing so that you know what to look out for and hear out for. But I don't know if I'm just gonna do it anyway. I don't care. Okay, give me a minute. Hi there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna give that much snippet. That was added later on. It wasn't in the original script that. That character that I'm also voicing. Originally, I was going to voice the one character with my voice, and then they suggested, the film company, when they read my script, they suggested I add, a scene or two or few to make the story better, and I took that to heart, and I'd actually asked them to voice the first character that I had agreed to, voice. I actually came to them saying, hey, is it possible that I can, do a voice acting role for this character? Because, it's over the phone, and I would want to be a part of the movie in any way I can. I think would be fun to do. It's okay if I am a part of the movie in that way as well. If you want, I can audition so that, if you want to do things fairly, I understand. I would love to audition for this part if you want. And they were like, sure, sure, you can have the role if you want. They didn't make me audition. They were like, if you want the role, that's fine. So I thought that was really cool of them to do. And then I wrote this extra scene that they suggested, and I asked them, hey, can I do this voice role too? And they were like, sure. So that was really cool of them, and I named both of those characters after people I love in my personal life. So I got to name them after 2 people that are very close to me, and I don't want to give too much of that away because I haven't even told my family the extent of it. So I'm gonna keep that private until I tell them, or and I don't want to really tell them until they actually watch the movie. So I'm not gonna release the full extent to that until the movie's made and they watch it and whatnot. But they know I'm voicing 2 characters. they just don't know who I'm voicing for that very reason. But I digress. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being so supportive of my journey and giving me the congrats and saying how excited you are to see it. And it's just been overwhelming to read because I didn't think this could be at all possible. I've always wanted to be a writer since I was 6. Like, I made comics in my journals when I was a kid, and then when I was like 7 or 8, I started writing Twilight fan fiction in my journals. And then in my teens, I really dove deep into like kissing booth fanfics, and then I saw the Star Wars movies, like the episodes, for the first time when I was like 17, and I became a hardcore Reylo in early 2020. So that's my start and my like origins as a Reylo. So I, unlike a lot of other Reylos, I was pretty late to the party. I was pretty much late to the party by the time like Rise of Skywalker came out. And that's on me. I wasn't interested to watch Star Wars as a kid because that was my brother's thing. And, you know, of course, you know, when you're siblings, you don't want to be interested in what your siblings are into because to you it looks annoying, even, and you know, you just want to do your own thing. At least that's what it was like for my brothers and I. Like, if I was into one thing, my brothers weren't interested, and if they were interested in one thing, I wasn't interested. And I guess it doesn't help that I have 2 brothers, and I'm a girl, and I'm the only sister in my family, but I digress. They finally convinced me, along with my mom, my mom and them convinced me to watch Star Wars, and then I was obsessed, I was obsessed when I started, Star Wars. But I digress. So being able to become a self-published author and bring Reylo along my journey, and then become a screenwriter and have Reylo be a part of my journey in the beginning of like both as a published author on Amazon and Die Army, and now as a screenwriter who's getting into the indie filmmaking business, and to have Reylo be a part of that journey is just so special to me. I didn't think I would ever make it this far, and I'm turning 24 on August 27th, and I didn't think I would make it this far, to be honest. I didn't think I could be a writer like this. I thought that I would never make it as an author, and then when I made it as an author last year, I was like, wow, this is so amazing. I finally made my dream come true. And then I studied screenwriting last year, and I really became invested and really started early this year in February. And then I became pitching, and then now this movie that started out as a Reylo fanfic turned novel is going to become a movie because now I have a film producer on board. And now I get to discuss next steps with that person and the film company I'm working with and the producer's film company, and to be able to say that I made it that far at my age, it's just like I don't know what to say to that, and I'm trying not to get emotional over it because I didn't think it would ever like get that far. But I've been open about this since the beginning of my journey because I didn't want it to define me, and I wanted to inspire others like me to make their dreams come true. But I have cerebral palsy, right, spastic hemiplegia, and that just means I do everything with mostly my left hand. I don't use my right hand at all, which includes writing. And growing up, I was doubted as a kid and a teen. People told me I couldn't do a lot, and they saw me as someone who was helpless and who needed help, and someone who was weak. And to be able to make it this far and be a published author and be a screenwriter now who's like in talks with a film company and a producer right now to get my film off the ground and making those steps, and to have you guys come along for the journey and follow me there. That's an accomplishment I didn't think I would ever get, and I'm just so proud of myself because I didn't let anything stop me from making my dreams come true. I didn't let anybody stop me. I didn't let anyone who doubted me get to me, and I didn't let anything just tear me down and make me say, you know what, I'm not doing this. And to say that I can do this at this age, and I've done it, and I'm a real writer who's made a path for myself. I want to inspire others like me who have disabilities to kick down doors and make bridges and make your own path to what you want, because as long as you fight for what you want, you're gonna get it. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, but if you keep fighting, you'll make your dream come true. And again, I'm turning 24 this year, and I've started writing since I was 6. This is almost 18 years in the making. I've been a writer for 18 years. Even though I started out in journals, that doesn't make me less of a writer. There's plenty of authors I know that practice, writing their books and their journals, and then they go on Google Docs or whatever and write there and keep whatever they want in their doc and scratch out what they have in their notebook. And I still use notebooks for my own ideas and stuff, and mapping out what makes sense and what doesn't, and what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, and this and that. But I hope that my story helps at least one person who is in my shoes. If I can help one person who's like me make their dreams come true and give them the motivation that they need to make their dreams come true, then that's enough for me. I want to help people. I want to help inspire others to make their dreams come true. Because if I can do it, you can too. And I can't wait for this amazing new journey, not only as a self-published author, but as a screenwriter. And I hope you guys, come along with me and follow my journey. And I can't wait to see where this journey takes me. And I don't think this is it. I think this is just the beginning. And I just am so grateful to you guys that you guys have followed me throughout this journey. And a lot of people have also messaged me having trouble with the link, because I uploaded the fic on Google Drive before I took it down. I just transferred it to Google. I think I said that right. I uploaded it to Google Drive, but I just recently transferred it to Google Doc, and then made the link accessible to anybody. So I'm going to link that in the posts here so that anyone can read the original fic before it got taken down. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for all your messages and kind responses. I seriously cannot wait to make this movie. This is just, I'm still shocked. I don't even know what to say anymore, but I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye.